Hello everyone, it's Nancy from the North Woods. It's a cold Thursday night. It's kind of rainy. Looks very Halloweenish outside. I wanted to show you my current Chic Sparrow that I have that I'm working with right now. So my little collection, and I've got a new one and I'm very excited to show it to you. First of all, so I'm going to really concentrate on that. This is my little honeybee, and it's my everyday carry, and I like to bling her up. And I have my calendar in there, my bullet journal, my little recipes that I'm collecting, and notes, and plus some other stuff, coupons and everything. So this little baby is pretty chunky, and I take her everywhere. And she's a Mr. Darcy personal butter rum, and getting scratched up, and I'm loving it. And so that takes care of my planning needs. I started in a smaller one for One Book July, and I just kept on going, and I've got a real utilitarian viewpoint. I don't have that many appointments, so I use a little cheap calendar from Target, and then I have one of the Chic Sparrow inserts with the dot grid, and I have a little bit of a bullet journal, not very pretty, just you know, what I'm doing, what I want to remember, and then I have different collections in the back of things. So I'm working on that, been working on it since August with this one book so far. So I don't know if it's going to take me till the end of the year, but I have more in the wings. So more notebooks at least. And I use, with my little honeybee, I have a Metropolitan, Pilot Metropolitan fountain pen in brush gold, and it's just so beautiful, and I love using it, and it's very, very easy to fill, and I don't need cartridges. I just, you know, squish it and in my bottle of ink, and it fits very nicely in the sewn band pen loop from Chic Sparrow. So that's it. This is more of my journal. This is a burgundy Mr. Darcy, and I just love him. I'm not blaming him up because he's so handsome just the way he is. I have just a little bow paper clip there. With this, I use my Twisby little patriotic one, red, white, and blue. I got it a few years ago, and I love this, and I have oxblood red ink in it, and I'll show you what that looks like. It looks very antique, and it looks like my burgundy Mr. Darcy, and the writing in it. So see how pretty that is? It's very, very beautiful. I have a book in here. I just finished it, a commonplace book. So I've got to archive that, and I'll put that away and get a new one. This is a little pocket folder that I made myself with packing tape and scrapbook paper. Nothing fancy. A little pocket. This I'm using for book and video notes, and so I'm if I need to take some notes for something, I write it down and put it in here. I've got some washi tape and cards, and here's my journal, and the red ink is like a brownish red, kind of like a burgundy, and so I really enjoy that. And mostly these are just my thoughts, and really like love letters to my dear angel husband, and I just tell him about my day. So I use this, and I just love it, love it, love it. Oh, it's so squishy and soft. It, even though that this is the same, you know, leather, Mr. Darcy leather, and they're both classics. They don't have pockets in them. This one just feels squishier for some reason. It must be the dye of the leather. I'm not sure why, but it just feels squishy. Now, this is my brand new one. I wanted to get a Jitney Red Outlander, I think it is, but they were sold out and I couldn't wait. So I got a creme brulee in the creme color for this, and I got it embossed with my name on it. That's my first and middle name, and it's also, you know, what my hubby used to call me when I would be doing something crazy. And no bling on this. I just, you know, got it and I set it up, and so I made myself a couple of bookmarks, and I've got to put some you know, something on the bottom of them. I am going to do that. Now, what I'm using this for, I am an artist and I love to go out and paint and draw. And if I go someplace and I want to sketch something, well, I only have my watercolor paper with me. Or if I want to go someplace and do colored pencil work, I don't have any tanned or colored paper with me. So I got this bright idea. I believe I got it because I watched Allie Brown's little journal thing, and she was using all of the different her different inserts for different things. So I thought, oh, well, this one book will take the place of having watercolor paper and drawing paper and note-taking paper, and so that's what I did with it. And I'm not going crazy with making inserts. I'm just, and I'll show you. Anyway, I have a little dashboard in here with some scrapbook paper. And then I always like to put daily affirmations in all my books so I can read them every time I open it up. I thought about having little post-it notes in case I wanted to stick something. I also have some of my business cards in there in case I'm out and somebody wants to, you know, get in touch with me. This first book is notes. So I have my art to-dos, what I want to practice, some notes from watching videos in here. So that's what I'm going to use this for, is just plain old notes, all dealing with art stuff. Then I have a regular Midori zipper pouch, and I've got all the pencils that I need. I need to put in a little itty bitty sharpener in there, so that's what I'm going to do. And I've got just a plain number 2 pencil. I've got an eraser, Coal Erase red, a couple of white chalk pencils, a Prismacolor marker, fine tip marker in 0.5. That's kind of bold, but I do have a whole set of them in my car, so I'm not worried about, I can change it out to make it a smaller point. And then I've got the Luscious Palomino Blackwing pencil, so it's really nice and I don't need much. I've got all my watercolors are in my car. I've got pens in my car. I've got brush pens in my car. But this is just something that I can take along and quick whip it out and, you know, work with it. Then from Analog Stationers, I got a pocket folder where I can put different things in here that I want to keep. On the other side of the pocket folder, I have a stencil with the words. I don't even know if I'm going to use that. This is very handy. This is it's in the drafting department at like Office Max or whatever, and you can put it up when you're drawing a building. I don't know. I've got astigmatism, so when I'm drawing a building, I actually put this, because everything on a building that's going vertical is always vertical. It's not going to go like this or like that unless it's like falling down. But you put that on, you know, make sure that that's square, and then you move this part to where your roof line is, and then you can just put that angle down on your paper and draw it. It really is nice for when you're out sketching buildings and you have a hard time like me with perspective. And it's very, very handy. I got this eons ago. You can see it's broke. And but you can get them at in the drafting department at Office Max, Office Depot, all those places. So then my next thing, and I did not go crazy. I have all sorts of watercolor paper, really crappy watercolor paper that I wouldn't use. So this is just my goofing around stuff. So I cut it. I did not trim it. So you can see my trim, it's non-existent. I took some scrapbook paper just to put it around. I did not even bind it. I just folded it and put it in underneath thing. This is just for my goofing around, not for anything special, just for daily practice. And I did one last weekend and it didn't turn out, half bad, and even though it's on crappy watercolor paper. But I gotta use it up, and so I thought, well, I'm gonna put it in a book. So then the next one I've got, I took, again, some scrapbook paper, and this is Strathmore, very nice 400 series drawing paper, and it's like an ivory color. It's very, very nice for drawing. These were drawn with the black wing. These were drawn with the plain #2 pencil. So you can, I'll be able to do some nice drawings in here. And I did the same thing, just folded them, stuck them underneath the band, and at the end, I did not even trim them. I don't know if this turns out to be, something that I'm going to be doing. Maybe I'll fix them up a little bit. But I did a really crappy job with cutting up the papers on my very old guillotine trimmer. So, and then the last thing, and this is very nice. I don't have any drawings in here yet, but this is very nice for. You can get gray or tan colored paper, and it's very nice for using white and colored pencil. It takes it very well. And sometimes when I'm out, I like to do botanical types of drawings. Let's say, right now outside you got a lot of these weeds that come up like milk pods. And they're all fuzzy. And so then your gray paper becomes your mid-tone, and though you can put your highlights in with the white, and you can either use colored pencils, which I also have a small set in the car, or plain old graphite. And so see how nice, this is another drawing paper. It's also Strathmore, and again they have the gray for the cooler tones, or tan for a warmer tone, and it really works out nice. So now instead of having 3 or 4 different things along with me, I have one, and I don't have to, whatever medium or whatever thing I want to work with, tools I want to work with, I have everything all in one. And I can change these out or whatever and archive them. I can staple them together after I get done. But it did not take me long to, do this, just one night, to cut all this paper up and fold them up and stick them in with scrapbook paper. And that's all I did. And then I had one of these, I believe this is like moleskin care size. This is a wide, by the way, too. So I'm really loving this. I'm going to take this with me this weekend out in the car, and when I want to go and sketch or whatever, I can do so. So that's all I wanted to share with you, and I hope that everybody is enjoying their creative endeavors. and they're planning, and happy Halloween. See you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.